In my last video in this series on the allegations by the Wellsville, Missouri Police Chief's daughter that she has been abused by her father, the police chief, I told you that we had video evidence, photographic evidence, and a list of the allegations that the daughter testified to in court. Now, in that last video, we looked at the video evidence. This video, we're going to look at photographic evidence. Now, there was a lot of it. I'm taking 3 or 4 of the best that we have. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. But first, in that last video, I showed you a still photo of the daughter handcuffed. Now, my software obviously isn't very good. So a viewer named John picked up that clip, that video clip, sent it to a friend of his who apparently is some kind of photography magician, and sent us, basically cleaned up that still photo. So I'm going to show you that right now. So here is that cleaned up photo where you can clearly see, as mine didn't show very well, you can see a girl or young woman that clearly has her hands restrained behind her back, and you can see the police car lights off to the left. So anyway, thank you again, John, for that. I thought you would all appreciate that because mine was, quite honestly, terrible. I obviously need to get some better software, which I'm looking into. Now, I have 3 photos sent to me of alleged abuse, and we're going to look at them not in any particular order, but here's the first one. Now, this shows clearly, I can't tell, it's a bruise or a scrape on her knee. I don't know exactly, I can't recall her telling me exactly what that was, but I do know at one point she told me that she had been dragged. So that looks consistent with someone being, dragged on the ground. We can, we have to use our imagination there to wonder how that happened, but that may explain what happened. Next photo is, and I blurred out her face, of course. You can see, however, I left it clear. You can see a bruising. It looks like maybe a scrape on the cheek or bruising. I'm not sure. And then you can see bruising up around the eye, the black eye. And the story behind this one that she told was that her father was sleeping. The police chief was asleep. I don't know. She said kids were arguing, or at least that's what my notes say, is that kids were arguing. I don't know if it was her or another kid. That the noise of them arguing woke the chief up. He got up, and according to her, he punched her and caused this black eye. Now, when that happened, and I believe this was about 3 years ago. When this happened, he kept her home from, according to her, he kept her home from school for a week and told the school that she had COVID. In her mind, that was just that, that was to hide the fact that this had occurred. Again, an allegation. I don't know, but that's what she alleges. Third picture here is a bruise on her chest. Now, what she tells me is that it was something to do with a phone. Her stepmother, and this wasn't the chief, she says this was her stepmother, wanted her phone or wanted to see her phone. She said she didn't understand what she was being asked clearly, and that this occurred. I don't know if it was a poke, a punch, whatever, but this supposedly is from her stepmother, not her real mother. I want to make that clear. So there's the photo evidence that we have. Again, I have a whole lot more, but some of them are unclear, taken by other people, and I don't want to keep you here for 10 minutes being redundant and showing you, things that you've already seen or, just another angle. I think you get the picture here. Now, if these allegations are true, and again, I was told that the Missouri State Highway Patrol investigated these allegations when they happened years ago, and basically found no evidence of abuse. Now I don't know. I don't have all of their evidence, but the daughter seems credible to me. There were several witnesses that live in the town whose children are friends of the chief's daughter. Some of the kids were witnesses to, at least to the her being handcuffed and taken away when she ran away, who had seen her with these bruises. She's told them stories for years about them, and they're all convinced that these allegations are true. Another thing that really bothers me is that she went to court to, she filed for a restraining order. They had a hearing, and the judge didn't grant the longer restraining order. Now, if you have, if you're my age, you have friends that have had either filed restraining orders or had restraining orders filed against them, or both. And my impression is that restraining orders are given out like candy at Halloween. Yet in this case, the judge chose not to. And again, I wasn't in the courtroom. I don't know. I didn't see the evidence. But I do wonder. I have questions. And I hope that we get more information about those. At any rate, here's what we have on the photo evidence so far. If more comes in, I'll let you know. But my next video is going to be what her testimony was in court, because she had notes and she used those notes in court, and I have them, and it's some good stuff. You're gonna want to hear it. And then another video after that is about not a relative, but a resident of Wellsville who approached me and said that she was being harassed, in her words, and there's a paper trail, and I was able to get the paper trail. So the paper trail is convincing. So that's gonna be yet another video after the next one. So please follow the page. Stay tuned. I don't think you're going to want to miss this. It's very intriguing to me. I hope it is to you. And so follow the page. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you in the next one.